Nicole, how you know I was eating, Nicole? Good, no, you know me too well. Come on, DJ. How you guys doing? I'm so happy that you guys are here at the Messy Sweet Spot. Ask you guys to please like this video. And you know what? The phone lines are already open from our last show. So I would love for you guys to call in now. It's been a lot of things going on about Porsha and Simon. And honey, before, I just want to say shout out to you, Lauren. Thank you so much, Lauren. Love you, girl. Hey, Candy. How you doing, Candy? What up, none of your business? I see you up in here. Come on, see Alan. Sunny L, I see you, baby. Lisa Wilson, I see you, baby. Sunset Nights. Oh, my God, my people up in here. My family up in here. I feel safe. All right, please. I thank y'all so much. Hey, Donna. Donna. It is so disingenuous for Simon to post pictures of his cars. He's a criminal. He comes around here from Nigeria to eat off the backs of America. This is our land. This is our country. And he comes over here doing wrong. He's illegal. And he's making a fortune. And our own black men can't even make this. You know? And he puts it out in our faces. He takes our American women. He don't tell our American women what he got in store for them because he's a liar. They are saying, Porsha, she is scared. She's nervous, and she prays and hope that Simon does not scam her during this divorce process. This divorce process is real. A lot of people did not know if it was real or not. A lot of people were feeling like, you know what? Is this another likes for views? Remember, it was a whole post coming out talking about this not real, this is fake. And I thought it was too at one point, honey. This is real. She's going through with it. And she is telling and making it clear, telling the judge, please, make sure he does not do anything shady. He is a shady scammer person. And all that smiling he doing with them fake ass teeth, honey, every grin is not a friend. Every grin is not a friend. And he got all them kids. Honey, something is up with Simon. He dealt with a lot of issues, especially he's been doing fraud and scamming all his life. And then look at all these cars. I'm mad. I wish I could be with all these cars. I'm thinking, well, shit, do I need to start scamming? You know, this is not good. This influenced me to want to scam because look at how he living. I want to live like that. But you got to scam to live that way? Because you're not getting it at Walmart. You're not getting it working at Popeyes, okay? You're not getting it working at Church's Chicken, okay? McDonald's, Target, okay? Okay, what I got to do? Who I got to scam? Nah, I don't want to do that. Caller from 804, you're live from the air. Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. What are your thoughts about all of this?
Gigi, it is Cece, and my thoughts about all of this is it's a scam on both parties. Okay, anytime Porsha can stand and everybody is smiling, her baby daddy to the left and Simon to the right, and everybody is all cheese, and it's not even to celebrate the baby. Some is scamalicious about it.
Talk about it.
Okay, everybody is scamming. I feel like all of this is a press release for them to come up, make his stuff well known. He know he wasn't a citizen. And then he done scarred that poor girl Fallon. She ended up getting somebody closer to her kid's age to be a baby daddy when he wasn't ready to have a baby because he was still a baby. And now he done left her.
And the marriage only lasted 15 months, girl. This is short marriage.
This one with him and Porsha, I'm surprised it even lasted this long because the only reason they got married is because everybody said that they weren't going to get married. And when she did that little show that actually Bravo was embarrassed to show because of the way she acted and her family act, because people weren't necessarily against her, but they saw the obvious. We only get to see what they edited. But we saw the obvious. Why you so worried about Dennis the Menace? If you a fiance, he can do whatever he wants. You are supposed to be worried on him. Why wasn't that a red flag to Simon? He from Africa. Now, come on now. You my wife. Why you worried about another man? Let him sow his royal oats. All of this was scamish from day one. And I feel like all three of them was in a triangle cahoot, and Fallon just got left by the wayside. Because I feel like he knew she was already cheating with whatever Jalen was in the house. I feel like he already knew that wasn't his speed. Like, Fallon looked like she can go for a long time. So she got that young thing. But yeah, Porsha.
Girl, Fallon, she got, to me, I still think he gay. But okay.
Oh, me too. When I watched, when they try to get the relationship together, the way he said, I just wanna. My son is 18 and he got more voice than that. And it ain't no, when he talked to me and I be like, son, you better do this. He be like, all right, mama, get to it. When he talked about Porsha, I just want to make her happy. I'm not Michael Jackson, but I want to make her happy.
Girl, he know he want a strong man. He know he want a strong man.
He knew he won't. That's why he was easily influenced by Fallon overgrown self. To me, she looked a little, to me, I think she took advantage of the situation, knowing that she could strong arm him, and she ended up with a baby with it.
And then she ended up leaving him for somebody else. Fallon is all over the place. Something wrong with her. She off.
Yep. She want to be loved, and she think love comes in the form of somebody being on top of her, behind her, or beside her. So body to body, skin. That's what she think love is. She don't know self-love.
Now, they're saying Porsha Instagram, people start talking a lot because Porsha, she updated her name. She removed Simon's name, and she went back to her old name.
Yeah, she did that, a couple of days ago. She was on something, and it didn't say Guobadia. She introduced herself simply as Porsha Williams. She was advertising something, and I was like, oh, you real slick. You real slick. I caught it, but you slick. Because she hit that Guobadia before the marriage certificate was even mailed in and sent back, whichever marriage they talking about. They had 3 of them. But now, that Simon, that's not his name. His last name is not Guobadia. That's a rich family in Nigeria, and he has no relations to that family.
So what's his real name?
They don't know. That's what I'm saying. He has multiple aliases. I don't know his real name, but I do know that for a fact. That's a Nigerian family that's really wealthy, and that's the name he chose to go by to try to attach himself to that well-known family in Nigeria, but he has no relations to them.
Got it.
And that's a very, very close source.
Got it. Now, I know they wanted you guys to realize this. They said in the wake of the divorce, Porsha has taken legal steps to ensure that Simon does not alter, conceal, or destroy any financial documents. She demands that all records of income taxes, expenses, and any evidence of relevant conduct be preserved, okay? She fears that he's going to tamper with stuff. And I think he will because he's a scammer. This is what he do. Yeah. This is what he's good at.
Scammer.
So you got to be careful what you get in bed with.
He knows his stuff. Scammers know scam. They know how scam works. And my thing is, technically, being that he's going by a false alias, this marriage, A, could potentially be annulled. 2, she can have him removed, but he can't have access because she has proof that this is not who he say he is. He has stolen somebody's identity, blah, blah, blah. I don't want any attachment to this. So technically, she can really get herself distance away from it just with that alone and get him completely knocked off the block where he can't even have access to it. She can shut it down because whatever he signed as under that document is not who he is. So do he really own what he claims to own? But then that goes into question the things that he has obtained for her. And that's why she's not going to go that route because she did benefit in some way from his scamish ways. So she don't want to completely push the whole he stole an identity or a fake identity on all of this because Ben is going to seize every asset, even the ones he gave her. So she's not trying to go that route yet because she's trying to come up with a plan on how do I keep certain things that I got from him without everything being seized with this case being open that I have. So that's why she's being very particular right now and why she's trying to keep as much money as possible. But you know all of it could end up being frozen until all of this is sorted out on how he got it, under what name he got it, under what status he got it as a citizen, was they tax right, all of that.
Now, did you hear this? And did y'all know this? They are saying that Simon broke up with Porsha girl. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all know that?
That was the original that I heard. That was the first thing that I heard. But when it came out about his citizenship, it made more sense.
Yeah.
That's
Press
why he
one,
beat people to it.
if y'all knew that Simon divorced Porsha. Press 2 if you did not know that. Yes. They are saying that Simon is divorcing Porsha. Now, Porsha wants Simon to pay for her legal fees, but she wants to keep all her money. She don't want to be able to split. She want to keep things how they were before going into this marriage. What are your thoughts on that?
Exactly. That goes back to what I said. That's why she's not trying to get her marriage annulled. That's why she's trying to do it as a divorce. Because, like I said, being that he's not a legal citizen, it's so many things that could get this marriage annulled, but it will affect her assets. Whatever assets they got as one, however they came about, will get frozen in question. And a lot of it will not be returned once the feds get involved. So the whole thing about Simon divorcing her first, that could be possible if he got the notice before her. If he knew, hey, immigration looking for me or trying to figure out my status, let me go ahead and put out a statement, try to separate myself from her like I did it. Either way, it's not like Porsha was in the dark about it. She knew. She knew from the jump. It's just the way they went about it because these two together, they plan every strategic move that they do, even though it's not the smartest moves ever. They think they playing chess, but they playing checkers, and somebody keeps getting pinged on them. Like,
so
it's dumb.
Why did Simon get involved, and why did he marry her in the first place, knowing that this is a possibility?
Because he done got away with it how many times? They say most criminals, the reason why they keep doing it because they haven't got caught yet. He's been married how many times before? And it never has came about. And then on top of that, to look more legit and so they won't question your status, what's the best thing to do? Marry somebody who was born on American soil.
Wow.
So even before the identity get questioned up, hey, if I am this person allegedly, I'm married to this woman, I've been here X amount of time, so even with my citizenship, this should not be a question if he came over here and stuck to who he really was. But what's messing him up is he used multiple aliases, and it did not line up. That's what truly messed him up more than anything when it came to his citizenship. And somebody blew the whistle, I believe. It won't just like, oh, they just magically found it. He got married too many times. Somebody had to contact him and blow the whistle.
Who do you think blew the whistle?
I don't know. He got too many wives, so he got too many ops right there. And that's just wives. We ain't going to even talk about side chicks and girlfriends. Somebody could have been mad, like, you better give me some money or I'm going to tell them that you da-da-da-da-da. He took it as a joke, and boom, it's not a joke. They really looking into it. That person had enough evidence for them to start this investigation. The feds don't do nothing without evidence because they want to keep their rate high. This is a United States federal situation.
And
so this is something that took time to do.
And you're telling me he got girlfriends while he was married with Porsha?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying he had girlfriends while he was married to Fallon. Fallon admitted it. He indirectly admitted it. Tigers don't change their stripes. I don't know what they did. I mean, they stayed out the country so much. No telling what she allows to happen just for the look of things, so they won't be seen around Atlanta doing whatever they was doing. I believe that fake little get-together, she got him looking better than what he was with Fallon, and she did it just to, hey, let me see if I can have a storyline. I'm finally a housewife again. all of this mess. Porsha, she plans everything the same way she planned that baby. When she sat right there on the floor and told her mama, "Oh, he said I'm cute. Oh, he said I'm beautiful. Oh, he said I'm lovely." And she kept opening her legs even wider. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna let him put a baby in me." With your mom, and the mama sitting right there laughing at the conversation. I was like, "Oh, that's how you and your mama talk about this?" Oh, okay. And then I thought about it. No offense to her mama, but she was a love child. Porsha was a love child herself. That's why she resented her sister Lauren, because Lauren got to live with their dad.
So what you
Because
say,
he was married
love
to her
child?
sister
What is
Lauren's mother.
that? I'm confused. What is a love child?
You know what a love child is, Gigi?
I know what a bastard
Gigi.
is. I know what a bastard is, but love child, no. What is a love child?
A love child, you know, that's a child made on the side when you got a family at home.
Well, why they call it? That's a bastard.
You would think. I mean, he was active in her life, but they call it love child from where I'm from. I'm from Virginia, so in Virginia they call it a love child.
Traditionally, that's called a bastard.
I thought the daddy was very active. I thought the bastard, when the daddy went and never came back.
No, a bastard is anybody kids out of wedlock.
Oh,
You're not.
I was raised in Virginia.
You're not legitimate.
I'm not a bastard. My daddy came. My daddy don't live with me yet. That's how they used to act when I was a child. We used to call people bastards for no reason.
If you born out of marriage, people will see it as illegitimate. So.
Yeah, she was definitely an illegitimate child born out of wedlock. Yeah.
And did y'all know this? I was just watching this show the other day. If a man is married, right, and his wife cheat and he don't know, and she got that baby while he's married to her, that is his child. And the biological father have no rights. Did you know that? The biological father have no rights on his biological child if the girl is married to another man while having that baby. Ain't that something?
That's what happened to my mama. Oh, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Hey, mama.
Hey.
Her real daddy could not have rights because my grandma was still legally married at the time.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that something? And then got married when my mama was in my real grandfather's obituary, because she said it put her to shame. Mm-hmm. But my mama has a common name, so how did that put you to shame? Nobody could know who it was, and he was married too. How you think his wife felt? But she embraced my mama when she finally met my mama. She said, "There go his baby girl he always talked about." Well, my granddaddy was on his deathbed. Wow. Is when I finally met my aunt and my cousin.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. So.
Oh, no, it's cool. I still talk to them. My mama don't, because she's scared of my grandma. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm grown.
Do you and do the rest of you guys, do you guys feel that Simon married Porsha just to help his citizenship, or was it love?
It was never love.
How can you be so certain it was never love?
It was lust. It was a story. They're scammers. Are we talking about the same Porsha and Simon?
Yes. You know I'm just playing devil. I'm playing devil advocate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was nothing was love about that. That was lust. Both sides.
Can you tell us why? Can you tell us why?
I mean, Porsha is a very pretty girl. She has more body than Fallon. Simon, he looked more wealthy than Dennis. Allegedly, he was a cheater. I mean, not Simon. Dennis is a cheater. She was broken up with him, even though she was expecting a ring from him. But she was in communication with with Simon, while she was around Fallon. She started going to the house, so she was exposed to Simon while hanging with Fallon a few times. So in that process, he may have said some things to her. I do believe that Simon and Fallon may have been not on talking terms, but I feel like that shouldn't have opened the gate for you to like run over there after you just was over there on some, hey, this is my girlfriend type stuff. Like, this is my home girl. I'm over here with her. And then it turns to, now I'm your girlfriend. Now you kicked her out. It was lust for both of them. She wanted the lifestyle. Dennis had money, but he had that house, so she thought, until it came out he didn't. She wanted the lifestyle. She's attracted to certain things.
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking this. Shout out to Voodoo. Hey, Voodoo Dow. Shout out to you, boo. But you know what I'm thinking about? I don't know why. It could be a lie. I'm thinking Porsha peeped out that Fallon and Simon, it was more so a business arrangement than anything. And Porsha wanted to slide on up, okay? To get that business spot. She thought it was a business opportunity. That's how I'm thinking about it. However, I don't know if Simon was completely honest with everything, but I don't think most men are
I
honest
doubt it.
with women. And I don't think a man that's a scammer is even, he's less honest because he's not honest with anybody. He lacks integrity. And him lacking integrity is natural for him. That is his everyday as a
Yep,
scammer.
that is who he is. I mean, that's when they say a person character, that consists of characteristics. So if that's not his character, then this is who he is. He's not somebody of integrity. He is a liar. He is a scammer. He is not honest. That's who he is. Or that's what he lacks. Because either you have the characteristics or you lack the characteristics. And unfortunately, he lacked a lot of good traits. So that means that what's left is the bad ones.
Got it.
I don't believe in like a gray area when it comes to you marrying someone, especially when you're a scammer, you marrying someone, but you just got out this situation and you want to get mad at her. It was all planned. I just feel like him and Porsha planned all this out. I feel like he might have pushed Fallon into Jalen just to have something to kick her out for, while welcoming Porsha in at the same time. But keep in mind when that happened, he told Porsha, like, oh, you're not going to stay at this house. We need to still have two separate homes. And when we do get a house, everything will be in my name.
Now, when a scammer tell you everything is going to be in their name, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Surprisingly, most scammers can't get stuff or don't get stuff in their name. But with Simon lacking integrity and not knowing how scamish he can be, it kind of was like, that sounds about right, because if push come to shove, this is his. And then on top of that, they were renting a house. They weren't even buying. They couldn't buy.
What? How much were they
So
renting a
he could
house
stay
for?
at the premises. I can't remember the amount, but it was like tens of thousands a month. But the thing about it, he's listed as a tenant there. She's not listed as a tenant. So by law, who resides here? Who's on the lease?
Uh-huh. So did he scam the
And maybe that's why
$10,000?
he said that.
Is that $10,000 scam every month?
I don't know, and that might be another reason why he said his name gonna be on it, because maybe he didn't want her to know that I'm not buying it. It came out through the blogs because, when it comes to rental stuff, those documents somehow can become public records. So that's how that came out, that the home was a rental. But originally he said he wanted to buy a house solely in his name. And that same home he referenced of buying ended up being the property he was renting. So she didn't need to be there for paperwork or keys.
Man, oh man, Simon. So I got here, and I want to know your thoughts about this. It says discussions with the former attorney during a live session raised suspicion about Simon's past financial activities, including the
Yeah.
formation of various businesses under suspicious circumstances. This conversation shed light on potential pattern of financial manipulation, echoing past allegation against Simon by ex-partners. Porsha legal to safeguard her finances suggests she may have concerns about Simon's financial integrity and the potential impact of her assets. But yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
It sounds like to me that Porsha done seen some things. If it's questioned the integrity of him, Porsha done seen him do some shifty stuff. And she probably was aware and didn't say nothing then because she was all for it. But she's trying to detach herself away from it. That's why she got legal advice, a.k.a. an attorney, guiding her through all of this. And what to say, what to leak to the press, to disassociate herself with this person that she forced association with for the longest time. Look how long it took them to get married. She was forced an association when they weren't married. Now you're trying to force disassociation because it's all on him. He's not a citizen. He's doing scam, fraudulent things. You weren't behind him when he was doing it. Y'all was engaged longer than y'all was married. You didn't see nothing. And then, like I said, remember you said who could have blown the whistle? Just like they said, ex-partners have brought things up. I don't believe this was the first time or the second time. I think Porsha's like his fourth or fifth marriage.
Yeah, he got a lot of them.
So, come on. He got too many people that could have potentially blown the whistle about how fraudulent he is.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody don't get their way, because he do have children as well. That's even more odd, because the children say he don't even interact with them. So he just got a list of people he can't even pinpoint. Yeah.
He don't even talk to his kids. What type of man is that? Why would Porsha want to be with a man that don't want to talk to his kids?
Because the few that did come around, it looked okay, and he talked to Pilar while Dennis was standing right there. She was standing right there, and Pilar was holding whatever. Poor PJ. She's so cute. Her mom was so ignorant.
Are we ever going to find out his real name, or are we just going to keep calling him Simon?
I think because he's established as Simon, he's going to go so hard with that. I doubt it ever comes out what his real name is unless he goes to court and we can get like the reading as they go through it. But look how long it takes to get a court date. We're not going to find out anytime soon. I just know that the last name for sure is not his last name at all.
And he want to keep his real name protected.
He didn't want to use it. I don't know why he didn't want to use it. That's something, that's scam, identity theft, identity fraud, because you fraudulently changed your identity for what reason? To scam people. That's against the law. On top of that, you didn't even renew your citizenship under your fraudulent name.
They said Pilar.
10 seconds.
They said Pilar now has to file Chapter 11 because of Simon. What's up,
Elizabeth? You know what? I believe you said Pilar also was the first. She dropped out in the second grade because she got to go over back to Africa and work.
Now, what is Chapter 11?
It's bankruptcy.
Oh,
okay. They done took the baby at social and put stuff in Pilar's name and she ain't pay for it. She ain't signed nor pay for it. Poor PJ.
So he did put.
She won't that stupid, but she love her stuff.
He did put stuff in the kid's name.
No. I didn't say that. We were making a joke. That was a joke.
Well,
I have no proof.
Okay, well, let me read you this
Me
article.
And Elizabeth have no proof of that.
Because you know that'll be my next title. But this is my next article.
No proof. It was a joke.
That he was using Porsha's name and misusing her name to filing illegal stuff. It says allegations have surfaced regarding Simon's history, financial practices, including taking out loans under various LLCs and potentially misusing Porsha's name or assets. Such actions raise questions about Simon's financial management and integrity, painting a picture of a pattern of exploitation that Porsha is now keen to avoid as she navigates the divorce.
Absolutely.
So he's
And
opening up
you
all
know, the
these
thing is,
loans, all these LLCCs under her name. But go ahead.
Jen Juice, you are absolutely right. She is very envious of Shamil, who has a real African millionaire husband. That's her best friend. And Shamil's life changed, her lifestyle changed dramatically. Shamil's a very pretty girl as well. But she was like, why can't I get that? Because I'm Porsha Williams. I'm Hosea Williams' granddaughter that was working the conductor of the Underground Railroad train. He drove the train. But the thing is, I don't believe part of that because both of them are schemers. I believe that some of those LLCs Porsha was privy to. If not, she did them. But she's going to use this as an opportunity to not be liable for them. So I'm not going to sit right here and say he was using. I'm not going to say he was not using them. But what I am going to say that Porsha was in cahoots, and she had more knowledge than she's pretending to be. Porsha know when to act super. She's already ditzy, but she know when to get real forgetful and super dumb. Like, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. And yeah. So she's going to take advantage. Scammer versus scammer. That's what they do. They're both trying to take advantage of the situation now. It's sad. And Dennis said it was going to be a mess, though, because he said the way that she acted that Christmas that he was going to propose to her, because she said that's all she was waiting for because she trusted him again. Then when he went to propose to her, she told him, no, I'm dating Simon. But she had said 3 days before that. Within 3 days.
That don't make
Dennis
sense.
exposed all that.
How can Dennis be in, you about to propose to her, but she's already involved with somebody else?
And Simon at that.
Well, can you clear that up? Because
like,
you know that shit don't make sense.
It's Porsha. She don't make sense. She told him, and what I think it was, I think that she thought that Dennis wasn't going to re-propose. And then on top of that, he re-proposed so soon as he did. So she thought that she had time to say, well, you see, I'm with Simon months down the road, when it really was just a couple of days away. They
but I
spent
thought
Christmas
Simon
together.
And Dennis were friends.
Yeah, Dennis and Simon was friends, yes. The real way that Simon got in his group was through Dennis. Fallon wasn't Porsha's friend. She knew of them because Dennis knew Simon. They were trying to do some business together. It didn't work out, but they still remained friends. This is behind the scenes of before the show. Has nothing to do with the show or Fallon even being presented on the show. But that's how the connection came in. Then production worked Fallon in because, as you know, for the last 5 years, Atlanta Housewives have not been doing as well as they want. So they've been trying to rotate people to see as a friend who's doing well. Fallon was born. I wouldn't want to be in that mess either. I don't know these girls for real. But, yes, Dennis was aware of Simon. If anything, Simon violated more than Porsha violated. So this is your homeboy, and you went straight for his fiancée/mother of his child.
Well, let me tell you this. Porsha, it's not looking good. They're telling me that Simon has did all of his ex-wives dirty. He has used all of them, okay, and misused their name. And for how I think Simon, how you betrayed Dennis to get to Porsha, I just think that was so horrible. That was a betrayal. When you don't do that to your friend, you don't date your friend exes. And your
Not at
friend
all.
was
And Don Lamont, I just want to say, I wish I could disconnect the call so another caller can speak. Did you call in?
Oh
Because I
no,
want you to tell
it's
me what I'm saying. That's anything at
no,
this point.
no. You
Because I
gotta
want you
stay
to.
on. You my co-host right now, but the phone lines are
I'm
closed.
always. But the thing is, he's saying I'm saying anything at this point. I want like Don Lamont. Do you know something that I said that is not true? Because I have a very very close source.
Well, keep on telling your source. Don't worry about Don. Don just talking, child.
Nobody said a lot of women in Atlanta mess around with African men with money. That's not just in Atlanta. That's all across the United States. It's not something that's just, oh, this is Atlanta, this is the. No. So what does that have to do with anything that I stated that I am privy to from a source about how all of the dynamics came together?
Girl, leave
Oh my
Don
goodness.
alone and keep telling us your
Elizabeth.
source.
Dennis is at home sleeping and doing the nasty with his pet horse named Porsha. Elizabeth has been on here all night, just stating stuff about it. Oh my gosh! But yeah, so the whole thing with Simon and Porsha, like I said, both of them were scheming. Fallon and Simon got into it because of Dennis. It wasn't because of Porsha or anyone else. It was Simon's relationship with Dennis. They were friends and all of that. But even for Dennis, even with the hot dog stand, they had said that he would mess with a lot of girls and all of that, and that he had other businesses or other ways he was really getting money. It just wasn't from the hot dog shop. So I don't know what the businesses were. I don't know if it was legal or illegal activities because nobody's being direct about it, but they was pretty much trying to say that was a front for something else. So it seemed like she's attracted to a type.
Well, I want to ask the audience out here, do y'all feel like that was wrong for Simon to betray his friend to date his ex? You know, when you have a friend, the ex is off limits, okay? If you got a friend, I would think everybody that friend have kissed is off limits, okay? That's the no-go zone. It's so many people out here. Why do that? And especially when his friend was still involved, his friend still have feelings involved. And Simon, he couldn't go to his friend and say, "Hey, dog, I'm feeling this girl. I'm feeling Porsha. You know, what you think about her? Or how do you feel about Porsha? Do you guys think you guys going to get back together or whatever?" And it seemed like it was no conversation about that. Because if the dentist dude told you, "Hey, I still got feelings, I'm going to propose," or if you were just to talk to him about her, as dudes do, I don't see how could you continue to make moves on Portia. That just shows your character. But he does not have integrity. He lacks integrity. And Portia lacks brain cells. Something is wrong with Portia. She's not there. And you know what gets me? You could be as dumb as a bag of rocks, and you could be a billionaire in this society. Okay? Listen, you don't need smarts. Shit. Either you, girl, what is it? You look like something and be dumb and be willing to shame yourself on TV, you can get a role. Or you can be ugly as fuck as Miss Netta, you can get a role. It don't matter. But what about the pretty bitches with good sense? We don't see them no more. We don't see them. The pretty people. Okay, I'm seeing a whole bunch of ugly motherfuckers on my timeline. What a good looking motherfuckers that got good sense now. That ain't in style no
Not on your
more.
timeline.
Uh-uh.
Not putting their business on your timeline because they got good sense.
Mm-mm. Where they at?
You're not
Shit.
going to do that. You're not going to, unless they're a content creator, that's different, but you're not going to see no timeline of me proving my life to y'all. What do I have to prove to y'all unless I'm a content creator and I'm making decent money? And I'm talking about this sense part. Like, that's simply what this for me to expose my life, like behind scenes, my marriage, my proposal, my this, my that. No.
I'm just saying I would
But for
like to
people to go
have
that deep,
I would like to have variety. Can I have some variety? Huh? Because Porsha has a reputation of dealing with men that don't want your ass. They don't want you. Your first husband don't want you. Dennis cheated on your ass.
mm-mm.
All of them cheated on you. And I know Simon didn't cheat on you because he's not an honest person. He ain't a faithful person. So I don't gotta, if I don't, nobody gotta come forward. I already know how he get down. Okay? I know your first husband was cheating on you with other men. And your second husband was cheating on you with different bitches he was sitting down eating at the table with. They just embarrass the fuck out of you. You supposed to be so pretty, you got all that goddamn body, and you still get cheated on. Okay? And see, that's why I shout, you can't talk about the wide back bitches, okay? Everybody getting cheated on. Everybody get dogged out. The pretty girl,
Mm-hmm.
back in the day,
The
it
pretty
used to
girls
be a
get dogged
thing.
out worse.
It used to be, the ideal is a pretty girl would never get dogged out. He got to be crazy to treat that pretty girl, horrible. But honey, with all this makeup, with all these filters, everybody pretty.
That part, and you know what's the crazy part too?
What?
I'm not trying to be funny, because even with pretty girls, you got the Miss Nutter. No offense, Miss Nutter, you beautiful in God's eyes, but it's girls like that who can do some things strange that pretty girls would not do. Because they have, not all pretty girls, because some pretty girls, they like, oh, I'm pretty, get what I want, do what I want, whatever. But the ones with integrity, it's just certain boundaries they're not going to cross, they're not going to do, because they have some type of class and they have some type of morals within themselves. They're
Well,
not going to do certain
that
things.
day has
So you're going to
changed,
find
baby.
ugly ones that just want love.
Honey, it has reverted. The ugly bitches got a pretty girl complex, okay? The
They
ugly bitches
do.
got a pretty girl complex and they bougie and they ain't doing shit. Now the pretty girls, they have adopted the ugly girl complex. It's so many pretty girls that's out here on these street corners. There's so many pretty girls that are sucking D for $40. Okay, look at Ruby Rose.
Or
She's
free.
very pretty. But look how she put herself out here like a slut in a hole and don't get no respect. Black China,
Mm-hmm.
how she put herself, and the guys that she have dated in the past, well, what make you want to throw the hell up? But she's very pretty. Look at Amber Rose. She pretty as hell. But honey, shit, she just a pass around. So those days have changed. These pretty girls, they are in these relationships, and you would think they got the ugly girl complex. They must do, and the ugly girls got the pretty girl complex. Everything is a switch. Everything is everything's a goddamn reverse. Okay.
It's true. And the thing about it is, all the people that you named, they all came out around the same time, and that was the early 2000s. It was like once that new millennium happened, they said that the world was going to go, was going to end and all of that. No, maybe the mindsets of people changed in the 2000s in the industry, because we didn't get the memo.
No, I think
Because that's
people.
when all the sluts came out
Yeah,
freely.
people.
You remember Superhead?
Well, shit, we got Sukiana.
We got Sukiyama now. It's just been going on for 24 years.
But I think people always want what they don't have, and that's sometimes like some of the pretty girls. They didn't have to go through what they had to go through, but you live and learn. Some want their freedom, like Amber. She wanted her freedom. She wanted to be an openly hopeful slut, but then look how it ended for her. But maybe every slut don't have that. Some sluts are happy sluts. But
When you got money, that's true. But for I think what also messed up the culture too, since we're speaking on this real quick, being back was the early 2000s, the type of music that was being played around then, because Uncle Luke and all of them, that's when they started getting heavy, like the late 80s, 90s, all of that. So like Freak a Leak and songs like that, because I remember being a teenager and like twerking was our thing, and like showing that you were free, tongue piercings, all of that. That was the it thing. Like, show how much of a freak you are. And that went for pretty girl, ugly girl, whatever. And that's where I feel like the disconnect kind of turned, because people don't know how to like a song versus living a song. It's two different things. You don't have to live a
Yeah.
song to like the song.
Yeah, they don't take anything for entertainment. They gotta be real.
Mm-mm.
They want everything to be real. It's just for
Yep.
entertainment. That's what it's supposed to be. Damn. Okay, let's separate the two. Y'all want to collide and make everything so real. No, you need to get your mama for that. Your mama and your daddy need to teach you. But I guess they ain't never had no mama and daddy. And these parents then left the household, and now, they looked up to these people and they hope something real, because shit, they parent, their family ain't real. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I think it's real bogus what Simon has done. And I guess Porsha just felt like she was leveling up. She never had a man that had all this money and that wined and dined her and talked to her this way. I don't think she ever had a man like this, so she went for it. Now, why don't you think that she ever got pregnant by this man?
Because, like, she sat down and told her mama. Which man? Her first husband?
Simon.
Oh, Simon. She don't want no more kids. How Porsha is, her pregnancy would be very high risk. And why would you want to secure a baby that doesn't have real assets connected to it? Keep in mind, Fallon didn't get pregnant by him either.
Well,
But as soon as she left,
got it.
she was pregnant by Jalen.
Yeah, that ain't make no sense. I would have been pregnant by Simon if I didn't know he was a crook. Shit, I want some of that money, nigga.
But
Okay.
but if you know he a crook, do you want your child attached to that, and you got to be liable for all this crooked ass stuff he doing?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If he's a crook and I want child support, how does that work considering I don't know his real
You
name?
don't get none. You don't get none.
What you mean I don't get none?
You get nada.
Can you break that down? Because
He's not
that
in the
sounds
system.
crazy.
No, it don't. If the person don't exist, if the social is not tied to something that's bringing in income, where are they going to get social? I mean, not social. Where are they going to get child support from? What, they can't get child. You can't get nothing out of nothing.
Okay, but what if I'm married to him?
You can't get nothing out of nothing. Because now that's why she's trying to disassociate herself and keep her assets together. And she's just saying, well, I just want him to pay my attorney fees, this, that, and the third. She know what she's doing because she know you can't get much from this.
So is Simon broke?
You know that, and I know that. I mean, legally he's broke. He's a scam artist. It's not his. When you look up how much he's really worth, all that stuff that he has can be taken away, because he does not legally own them, or he does not own them at all. It's being rented for the look of the lifestyle. So, like, once again, you can't take nothing from nothing. And that came out before they got married, that Simon was not as rich as he claimed to be.
So what's the best bet? If you was with Simon, just take a lot of pictures and get some good food out of it and get some trips?
No, it wouldn't be no me and Simon. And damn sure wouldn't be no me and Simon publicly.
I'm just saying, if somebody wanted to get a taste of Simon, right? Okay, long investment, that's not a good thing. So why did she even marry this man?
The same reason why she thought that the Underground Railroad was a real train. She is ditzy. She has no common sense. She said the reason why she let Dennis shoot up the club was because, oh, he said I'm pretty. Oh, he said he loved me. Oh, I got money. My legs just kept getting open wider. What? That's all it takes for you to say, "Oh, I'll be your baby mama." And she said
Damn.
this in front of her mama, a camera,
What is it
millions of
then?
people.
Did the men just don't like women no more? Cause she's a beautiful girl. She's thick. What is it? I mean, if it comes to that degree where she have not had men knocking down her door and she's out here in the limelight, meaning that she has a lot of people that can look at her to try to get her, from basketball players to football players to everybody. Cause everybody see Porsha. So is the guys just not knocking at her door or what?
She don't have common sense on. She has exploited herself online. Who wants an ignorant wife at that age? Publicly ignorant.
Well, Drea just about to have a baby. Look at Drea.
And Drea's having a baby with a child. Her child, I believe, is not far behind. Hey, I think that boy like 21, 22. He not too long was in high school. Drea, no, ma'am. She knows she wrong for that. She just like Fallon, but at least he speak up with a deeper voice than Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
But Porsha, my thing with Porsha is people have seen you. She has exploited herself on TV for money, and it wasn't in a good way. And she don't realize that. So when you look at Dennis, in my mind, Dennis would not be the type that someone like Porsha, especially compared to her first husband, would be attracted to. But when she broke down why she was attracted to him, especially being she's looking at her biological clock, it makes sense. Okay, he got the money. I don't know how many people she had lined up, but this is the best suitor for me at this time. And he has issues, and I truly believe this about Dennis. He has self-esteem issues, so he thinks the material things compensate that, and that's what attracts women to him, and that's why how he got Porsha in a sense, and that's why he was cheating on her, because he's trying to make up for the lost times of not being that guy.
Now, is it true what they say about?
Men,
I'm sorry. Is it true what they say about Dennis, about him messing with animals?
He said some weird stuff. I can't confirm or deny because I have not seen it myself, and no animal can speak up. I don't speak animals, so I don't speak dog, I don't speak cat, I don't speak none of that. So they can't defend themselves. We would never know.
Is it a real thing that men like messing with animals? Is that a real thing?
Yes, it is. It's like a fetish. And the sad part about it, it's a fetish where people even look for just that online.
I know I shouldn't laugh. Let me check. Let me see what your dog looking like. What the fuck? Lord, I know I shouldn't laugh at
it's
that.
crazy.
How do they judge the dog? Okay, if it got more hair on it, it's tasty. I'm along. Well, I can't identify. What?
I don't want to see it because I don't want to hear I don't want to hear nobody go. I don't want to hear it. Crying for help. I can't. I don't even like the image of it. It's like men stick anything with a hole, they gonna stick some in it for some men. If you got a hole, they gotta get it off.
He wants some dog butt. I ain't never heard no dog butt. Okay, cat butt.
No, they call it mutt butt.
Mutt butt.
Mutt butt.
No,
I'm gonna give you some mutt butt. I'm a nut butt.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I nutted off of that mutt butt. Yeah, that's my mutt butt nut. But it's a crazy world.
So Simon, what do you think his thoughts are? Did Simon and And I'm sorry. What is Dennis' thoughts are, and did Dennis and Simon still remain friends after this?
He was at their little on camera stuff. They cordial to each other because he like, you got her, whatever. And he messing with other people, so he like, whatever. He put it to the point like they're a joke.
Okay, since we
He
talk
not
about
stressed over them.
okay, on the internet, it's all this stuff about, everybody gay, right? Now, do you think the next thing is gonna be everybody into dogs and cats? Huh?
They said that back in the day when back in the 80s and 90s when past five was on the rise.
Yeah, maybe the
They were
industry,
trying to say that was going on.
maybe the industry gonna make
So
you
that's
do
an
it.
old myth.
Yeah, maybe the industry gonna make you do it with cats and dogs next. That's gonna be the ritual. You gotta lay down with the dog.
That's the Diddy had going on
Yeah, it
in his
gotta be
FOs.
a rock waller nuts. Okay.
Not a butt nut.
Now you had the rock waller nuts. Yes. Mm.
The hard bully nut.
Mm.
Stop it. No
So
images.
you don't know if
But
Simon,
them
eh,
FOs might have had some of everything.
you don't know if Simon, Simon and Dennis are still cool.
I mean, they're cordial from as far as I know, but I don't know to what degree their cordialness goes.
Got it. And Portia, when she married Simon, did she know he was a scammer, or she did not know?
I think they say real recognize real. I think scammer recognize scammer.
So you feel like she's a scammer?
Yeah, I said that from the beginning.
Okay, can you break that down?
The way that she did the TV show, as long as she put the wedding off, all of that, that's why I said the businesses, she may have had some, I'm not going to say all, but she may have had some parts in some of them to try to get money, especially when we got shut down and all of that. I do believe that because they were not as rich as they were portraying to be. So I do feel like it was a joint mission to get some money by any means necessary. And she did see enough to go along with it. Like, okay, so you can do that. Okay, all right. That's a good idea, babe. Okay, we're going to do that. So I can see that. And she just going along signing stuff, whatever. But she's a scammer because she needed, she tried to get a spinoff, but that was too ghetto for Bravo, too ghetto for anybody, because she's still over there mad at Dennis because that's who she truly loved at that time. She had to learn how to love Simon because she was not in love with Simon, but she had to learn how to show love and that she was in love with Simon. She had to dress him up to be in love with him a certain way. If you notice, the Simon that we met with Fallon is not the Simon that we see with Porsha.
Tell us what's the
She had
difference?
to get them together. So she scammed all of this for checks and for blog and all of this and that for money in the industry. And that's why they eventually went on and got married, but they dragged it out. And I believe, honestly, she dragged it out hoping that Bravo would have paid for the wedding. But no,
What
after
they
that
said?
disaster of the family get together.
Didn't they say Bravo offered Portia $5 million for the wedding?
And she probably thought she could have gotten more because people have gotten more for their wedding being aired on Bravo.
$5 million. That's a lot of. Well, it's a lot for me. Shit.
It's a lot to us. But when you look at other people's contracts and stuff and how much she probably wanted her wedding to cost, because that could have been just
we
$5
gotta
million
get on.
to you.
We gotta get
no
on
expenses.
Bravo. We gotta get on Bravo. Shit.
Yeah, Bravo paying good, but Bravo probably said everything was $5 million, venue, food. Her wedding itself probably was going to be at least 1.52 million, so that only leaves $3 million, and then that still got to be taxed. That you see, that's something they don't like to deal with. So $5 million to them for what they were trying to do was no money.
You
So
know
she thought she
what?
could reject it or counter offer, and they didn't.
Can we see some big girls to be on the housewife? Why don't we? I don't never see no big girls as a housewife. We need some big girl
I hope she,
representation.
and the thing about it, it's some fit big girls. Like, and when I say fit, like every skinny girl is not in shape. But there are some big boned girls who are in better shape than the skinny girls who can actually run, do stuff. Why are y'all sticking to a particular type?
Right.
To me, it's not realistic because I live in a very diverse community. Nobody looks like that. We have the pretty petite white girls. Yes, we have it, but the way they glamorize every day, all day, and where I live at, I'm not going to say that it's super high end, but it's definitely above middle class. So this is not real life to me. I mean, y'all just pick some extremely rich people, and for the black representation, you got some rich people. Potomac isn't that rich. That's extremely ignorant. That's really selling their soul for a show, showing off just to secure a spot. Get some real housewives. Hell, some not even wives. Never worked. So it's a lot of things I feel like in Bravo. It's not just colorism. I feel like it's a lot of things that go into Bravo when it comes to how they pick these ladies, especially when it comes to the black woman.
Now, I got another question. When it comes to taking out these loans, I want to know in the chat, do you guys take out loans or do you guys take out LLCs? And can you tell us that process of taking out loans and LLCs or making LLCs?
LLCs is very easy to make. In my state, you just go online and you pay whatever the fee is. If it's not already taken, your business is registered. Then you have to go to the IRS website. This is how you get the loan. You have to have a EIN or ITIN number. They're both the same thing. Once you register with the IRS, your business ITIN number, or some companies call employee identification number, that's where the scamming can start. Because it's almost like, okay, this is its own SSN. This is the social security number attached to my business, and let's go with it. You connect it to banks. You put a certain amount in there, let it grow. It has its own social. You can buy a house in your business name or businesses, because the process is very cheap and easy. And the more money you have, the more companies you can build up and buy luxury things with if you have the right amount of capital coming in.
Now,
So if
how
your
do you
bank
get
has
these
that, you can
loans?
do a lot of things through your bank. You can. That's why I say you get a lot of things through your bank, and
Okay,
that's
you
the
mean you
best way
get
to
your
do it. But I
loans,
do
you get your loans through your bank.
the business loans, yes, and then you can also have more than one business account with multiple banks and get multiple loans. You can have multiple business with EINs, ITIN numbers,
Now, how much
and
loans
depending
are
on
we
the
getting?
capital. It depends. It depends on, that's what I said, depending on the capital that you put into that account and the revenue that it looks like the business is making with that bank, the more that a loan officer will be willing to take that risk with this business. But I do believe that the loans that Porsha and Simon are more so attached to are possibly like the PPP loans. There is a possibility of that before they got married. And, I mean, if they've been cleared out because they proved to have done something with it, then that's that. But if they have still been on the list as suspicious, because they have a whole list with their names on it, with people's names, like the status of their loan, you can look it up. And they would tell you. They would tell you the name of the business, the owner who applied for the loan, and what's the status of the loan. Has it been forgiven, paid back, or suspicious?
So
So I don't know when they say the loan.
if Simon get caught, is he gonna have to owe money? Is Simon and Portia, are they still gonna be messing around after this? What does that look like?
I don't think they was messing around before this. That's why it was easy for her to drop the name. I think it was easy to separate from somebody who you're not in love with. That's why she's trying to disassociate herself with it. That's why she's saying, do not touch my money. I have nothing to do with it. And anything that has my name on it, he did it.
So this is the end.
It was never beginning with these two. So, yeah, it's the official end.
So Simon not gonna be on this season coming up?
If he is, it's going to reflect, they're going to want to show what she's going through, and she's going to have to pretend that she's in love or love on him in some way. But she's not in love with this man. It's going to be easy to really pull back from him. She may cry on there for scene and show how hurt she is, because keep in mind, people are watching this, including the Fed. So I hope she's very mindful of her lawyer tells her that. She has to be very cautious on not just what she say, but how she portrays herself in this upcoming season.
So that's a lot to deal with. What is going to happen with Simon? He just going to disappear?
And you know what? I've been trying to figure out, like, what Simon that? Why he not locked up if y'all got all this evidence against him? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean,
he just got
recording.
He just pushing cars. It seemed like he's happy. It don't seem like he want to go anywhere. It don't seem like he's running from social media. It look like he's embracing it. He loves it.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of people to come to his page to watch him. Who knows? I mean, I don't know, like, the current state of anything, because everything, A, has become hush, and 2, we don't know how real these allegations are and to what extent, because, like I said, the feds will sit on some stuff until they get that one thing that will make it so much stronger to guarantee this is going to be a conviction. So they will let you think it's okay. We just know we're aware of some things. This is not over.
All right,
not
but it's going to end good. It's not going to be nasty.
I mean, if you call jail good, I mean, American jail better. I mean, they can either put him in America or deport him.
Simon is going to jail. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Either that'll be just deported back to Africa.
So what's going to happen with all these Bentleys we see? I mean, can we just go pick them up?
Oh,
I mean,
they're going to be, that's what it is. They're going to freeze or repossess all his assets. That's why she's saying, don't touch my stuff. Because they can touch her money and freeze it as well. And them Bentleys, they got to go back to the rental people anyway, so they'll just pick it up.
Oh.
I don't see no titles.
They're not his? Those cars not his?
I'm not going to say all of them are not his, but majority, if not all, are not his. They're rentals. They're for the pictures.
Wow, okay, why is he renting these cars and he ain't driving all of them? He can't drive all of them?
For the reason that we saw it is on social media. To show I'm okay, I'm looking good. That's what he's about. Scammer mentality is you have to maintain the lie. So you have to prove the lie. So if somebody calls Simon right now and be like, go out to your garage and open it up, I'm pretty sure them Bentleys wouldn't be there.
So I don't know why, but I expect this from girls, but I don't expect this from men, but I guess guys do it too.
They do it more than females, actually. It's just not as gossipy as females because, you know, girls run their mouth. Men, when they do it, they don't even tell their homeboys. They just do it. So everybody think like, oh snap, oh, but he got it. He looking good the whole time. They don't.
So what do you
But
guys?
girls, they should be like, I ain't got it.
So what do you guys say? Is Porsha a victim or a volunteer? What do you say, Messy? I mean, see.
Oh, you the master one, cause you should see the way I'm looking at this phone. You
Miss
know,
C.
Porsha is not no victim.
Okay.
You
And
know she
and
a
people in the comment
volunteer.
section, put down in the comments, is she a victim or a volunteer? Go ahead. So you feel like she is definitely a volunteer.
Yes, a volunteer.
Tell us why.
Because look at the way that she, like I said, it was all a scheme. She got her spinoff. She cleaned Simon up. She volunteered herself to do this. They took the pictures all together. All of this stuff, and then it's orchestrated to be okay. Like, she volunteered herself. She's not a victim.
So we cannot say he used her. That would be false.
They use each other.
Okay. Well, that sounds like an agreement. Using is pretty much taken
Mm-hmm.
advantage of. So you say
Exactly.
he did
That's
not
why I
take
said
he did
scam
not take
recognized
advantage of
scam.
her. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think this just got a little bit out of control for her because instead of running like everybody was like, this not gonna work, da 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 da. She had a point to prove that it was gonna work, and it didn't. So I don't know, Porsha. Poor Porsha. But I'm glad she coming back to the show. She gonna need that money. I
How do
hope
you
she put it
think
in a trust account.
how do you think the show is going to pan out with all the girls? What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure because I don't plan on watching.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Yeah, my girl Candy gone. I'm not a fan of Marlo.
Well, Marlo's not coming back.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I just know when Candy said she was gone, I was like, dang. I don't even know who's on the list now. Then they even toyed around with Phaedra switching from Married to Medicine since Candy not coming back. Mm-mm. I'm not looking forward to it, so I won't be watching it.
All right. Well,
If it was like a reboot, I would.
got it. All right. Well, I think I'm going to end it here. Anything else you wanted to say? Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I will be on tomorrow for some more drama. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, just that I love you and I was proud
Oh,
to be your co-host again.
yes.
And I really enjoy our conversations.
Yes. Anytime.
And
Call
hopefully
me
we
up.
can meet in person one day and do one where we side by side and really feed off each other energy. So that's it.
Sounds great. I'm down. All right, babe. Well, I'm going to let you go, okay?
All right, you have a good night. Love
You
you.
too. Love you too. All right, you guys. Did you guys enjoy that live? Press 2 if you guys enjoyed this live. If you guys think we did a good job with talking about this Porsha and Simon situation. It was a lot of things that I learned that I did not know. So, one, what I took from this conversation is Porsha is a volunteer. She is a liar. And Porsha is not right. She is not right. First of all, you got with this man knowing he was your friend's ex. That's dirty and that was wrong, Porsha. You should have never got in bed with him. And you got with him because he had money. And he was a scammer, and y'all both were scheming because you needed him to make your life more interesting for a business situation, and I get that. But you had a good run. You enjoyed this situation, And with Fallon and Simon, I don't know. I don't even know if Fallon and Simon was real. Maybe that was a business situation too, because Fallon didn't seem phased at all. She wasn't too angry. She didn't cry. She didn't seem phased at all. It seemed like she was acting, like she was putting on an act. I didn't get Fallon. But everything is coming down. But I'm sure Porsha, she enjoyed herself while she was in that lifestyle, and I hope that she learned some things from this, and she's gonna share a lot. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on out of here. I love you guys. Bye. DJ, where you at? DJ. 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 DJ.